For Christmas, we did our brown sugar maple glazed ham. Well, guess what? It's about to be New Year's and we're gonna step the flavors up. Tonight I'm gonna show you how to make a peach bourbon glazed ham and we are gonna get boozy. So with that being said, let's get to cooking. First thing I wanna do is, because for this particular ham that I'm gonna be using, I'm gonna be rocking out with the roasting pan, of course. And you know what? I want this ham to be moist, all right? It's the celebration of bringing in the new year. And I definitely want this ham to be rememberable. Okay, you get what I'm saying, rememberable. First thing I want to do is we're gonna add some orange slices to the bottom of our pan. And the reason why I'm adding the orange slices is because I want to infuse citrus flavors that's gonna definitely pair with the bourbon as well. So you have the citrus notes locked into the ham, and you're also gonna have that nice bourbon delicious flavor as well. We're gonna take these orange slices and we're gonna add them to the pan, of course. Turn it this way. You can spread it out just a bit if you're running scarce when it comes down to the oranges, of course. All right, that's good. You know what? Let's add some apple cider. Now, if you don't have apple cider, you could definitely add apple juice or pineapple juice, or you could even do water. Only difference is the water is going to lock in the moisture in the ham, but it's not going to give it any additional flavor. We're going to pour it enough. That should be good. Once the bottom of the pan is coated, we're in business. Let's add some cinnamon sticks. That's not how I intended it for. That's not how I intended it to go, all right? That looks good, holiday festive. We're gonna go on with our baking rack and we're gonna place it right there, just like that. Once we're done, we're gonna take our rack and our roasting pan and set it aside. To our large size skillet, we're gonna add some butter. Allow the butter to melt. Once that butter is perfectly melted, we are gonna introduce our brown sugar. Let's combine the brown sugar with the butter. And from the looks of things, I think I want to add a little bit more butter just to play it safe. In goes the additional butter. Allow that to break down and melt down as well. All right, let's add some vanilla extract. Pan is nice and hot. That's going to happen. We're also going to add some of our peach preserves, aka peach jam, if you will. Add a good amount of that stuff. All right, mix it on in really well. Butter is still melting. That's perfect. It's going to combine with the peach preserves, and it's going to be not only slightly sweet, but it's also going to be buttery as well. Let's go in with our Dijon mustard. The Dijon mustard is going to help with the building of the complexity of flavors. All right, stir that on in really, really good. Dijon mustard and peach jelly or peach jam, if you've never tried it, pretty good. I want to add a small amount of heat, so I'm going to add some red chili flakes. This is all up to you and your preference. All right, now here's the thing. If this ham is going to be shared with guests, there's no way of knowing if everybody likes a spicy ham. So it's one or two things. It's either you're going to scale and use a small amount, right, for that slight kick, or you're just gonna not use it at all and play it safe. Because we want to bring out the flavors in the peach and everything else, why not? Let's add some fresh thyme. Add the thyme to the mix, and let's add some bourbon to the mix, if you get what I'm saying. Stir that on up. Now here's the thing, if you're not into the bourbon or any type of whiskey or any type of alcohol, it's not a problem. You're gonna substitute with adding either apple or pineapple juice or even orange juice. I'm gonna leave the recipe directions for that. But if you wanna, make it special, you can definitely add your bourbon or whiskey. Right, the alcohol is gonna cook off. It's gonna burn off, to be honest with you. What we're gonna be left with is a nice oaky, deep, rich flavor of the bourbon. That's it. It's going to be no alcohol present, just flavor. All right, allow the sauce enough time to reduce and thicken up. And once it looks like this, we're going to turn the stove top off. We're gonna put it to the side, allow it to cool down, give it a quick taste, see if it's, see if it's what you like. For this recipe, we're gonna be using our hickory smoked spiral sliced ham. I use this ham in two or three other recipes. And let me tell you something, it's really good. So why switch up, right? The other thing is it comes with a pre-packet of glaze, but we're not gonna be using this glaze that it came with because our glaze is gonna be way better. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna discard this. Or if you want, you could save it for maybe something else, a different type of recipe or whatever. But for now, we're gonna get our ham unwrapped. Probably gonna rinse it off just a bit, can't hurt to rinse it off. And once I'm done, we're gonna place it into our roasting pan. I think what I'm gonna do this year is I'm gonna cook it facing downward, right? Take this off for a second because I want the glaze to literally run down like a waterfall onto the ham. And during the cooking process, at some point, I'm gonna flip the ham back over and allow it to sit in the, you know what I'm saying, more so on the back side, if that makes sense. Pour it on slowly, it's not a rush. Let's get the front as well. The garnish on top. After all, it looks pretty. And once the heat hit it, it's gonna release all of its flavors anyway. We're gonna grab our aluminum foil, cover the roasting pan down really tightly, place it into our preheated oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour to an hour and a half. Now what that does is not only is it gonna heat the ham, but it's gonna allow those flavors to, seep into the ham as well, to lock those flavors in. So that's just the pre-start of everything. In the meanwhile, after 20 minutes, we're gonna uncover it and we're gonna be basting our ham every 20 minutes. Now, in between that time, we're gonna keep uncovering and recovering with aluminum foil, because I know that was a question with the last two ham recipes. Tammy, do you cover in between, or don't remove the aluminum foil for at least an hour to an hour and a half? If you get what I'm saying, you're gonna be basting every 20 minutes and then you're gonna cover it back down and place it back into the oven. The layers that were once tight on the ham is now literally opened up, right? Especially this part. That's perfect because it's gonna give us, or should I say allow us, enough access to get in there and really glaze this ham. Now here's the thing, my loves, I also reserved some of our glaze in a separate bowl. And I would suggest you do the same thing. Reserve it in a separate ramekin. Let's get all of that in here. Woo! And all of those little chunky bits, guess what? That's peach preserve. Always when using some type of preserve, expect chunky bits. Unless you're using like a jelly or something like that, once it comes to the jam and the preserve, you're gonna have those nice chunky bits, which are, in my opinion, delicious. All right, just gonna take our brush, spread everything evenly onto the ham. We're also gonna get the back of the ham as well, because all parts of the ham is gonna be eaten. Ooh, this is gorgeous. And as you can see, the sauce started to thicken up as well. As it was just sitting there, patiently waiting for the ham to come out of the oven, it started to get thick. So that's the other thing, right? When you're making your glaze, you want to turn it off when it's slightly thick. We're gonna cover it down once again, back into the oven. The aroma, my loves, I wish you guys could smell it. This thing smells good. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, right? I'm gonna baste it one more time. All right, get all of those little crevices and nooks and crannies and so on and so forth. Take your time, not a rush. And let's see, am I gonna leave it in this direction? No, I'm gonna actually go in with my gloves. I'm gonna flip it over just like that. All right, if you don't have gloves, you're gonna need something to basically flip it over so you don't burn your hands. Gonna use my toothpicks just to keep it together. Time for the fun part. To each and every crevice, we're gonna take our time with this. We're gonna open up every slice. This is a special ham. It's gonna take work, but it's gonna pay off, trust and believe. I want our ham to caramelize. So we're gonna take some lightly brown sugar, spread it onto the ham just like that, all right? Use a light hand. And once you place it into the oven, you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna brown perfectly. It's gonna crisp up and it's gonna look absolutely gorgeous. You're gonna have that nice glazy effect going on, and this is gonna be superb. This time it goes back into the oven uncovered. Check it on out. This is the final end result, and this ham right here is, woo! This is prettier, right? Now here's the thing. Take a close look around the edges, right? Of every slice of the spiral ham. I'm just gonna move the rosemary out of the way for a second. You see those little golden crispy edges going on? My goodness. Compliments of the brown sugar. Anyway, my loves, without further ado, we are gonna go in there for our taste test. I am super stoked and excited. All right. Check it on out. This is, ooh, it's hot. Oh yes. A big oh yes. All I can think of right now is honestly, pass the bread. This right here would make the perfect ham sandwich. Not to mention, it's gonna be the main course for your holiday celebration. This is good. To all my ham lovers out there, definitely give this recipe a try. Let me know what you're thinking. Boy, this thing's good. Anyway, full recipe details, so I can go and eat, okay? Full recipe details, cooking with Tammy. What am I talking about, y'all? For seasonings, cookingwithtammy.shop. Let me just get that out the way because I'm all over the place. The taste of this thing right here is delicious. Now, if you're looking for the recipe, you're going to go to the end of the video and you're going to see in bold letters, but lowercase, of course, it's going to say more. All right. That's just basically the option for the drop down box to drop down. So therefore you could see more, if that makes sense. The recipe details is going to be right within that section. And that's about it, my loves. You've got to give this recipe a try. Absolutely delicious. And as always, I will catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.